community leader, and I would definitely call her an influencer. And we use that term to everybody. But anyway, no, she is a true influencer. Without further ado, from the Baltimore, Maryland area, the great, the one and only, Miss Angela Solomon.
Hello, Mr. Thomas and everyone on the call. Thank you so much for that wonderful, exciting, encouraging introduction. Look, the check is going to be in the mail. So let me tell you guys, you know how we do. Mr. Thomas is really, 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 truly one of my favorite people in ACN. We've been friends forever. I just appreciate your leadership and your friendship and your mentorship. I've learned so much from you over the years. And like I said, I always say, you have a heart of gold. You really, really, truly have a heart for helping people, which is evidenced by the fact that you run these regular calls to just inspire people, keep them motivated. So thank you so much. You do so much for everybody. So I just want to let you know that you are very much appreciated. Yeah, that's right. Give him a hand. He is amazing. So thank you, Mr. Thomas. So good morning. Well, good day. I know this is an international call. You could be joining us from anywhere. So let me just say good day to you. And I'll just tell you a little bit about myself before I really get into my message. I have a really, really quick message for you today. Today's my mother's birthday. It's a special birthday. So we're going to take her out to lunch in a little bit and dinner. And then we have a brunch on Sunday. You know, we really spoil our parents. So, you know, I'm excited about spending some time with her a little bit later after this call. But so I am from Detroit, Michigan. I've been in ACN for 26 years. I joined ACN in 1995. Amazing. It's been a long, long time. I always say that Orrin, ACN, and we've all grown up together. We've all been married for a long time. And I know my husband was with you all yesterday sharing his message, and he told me that he was talking about, you know, just the amazing opportunity that is available with ACN now, with everything that we're offering, all the new things that we're doing. So I'm hoping that my call will complement his message yesterday. I'm going to talk a little bit about something that is a common barrier that could be holding you back in your ACN business. So we're going to talk about that. But just a little bit about me. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. As Mr. Thomas said, I am an attorney. My mother believed in education because I came from a pretty tough neighborhood in Detroit, but my mother really believed in education and felt like education was the way out. And so I got good grades in school, went to college at University of Michigan, and went to law school here in Washington, D.C. at GW and George Washington University Law School. And I started practicing law. And I realized that it just took so long. Like, they wanted so much of my time and not enough money to compensate me for the time I was giving them. Plus I had a small child. And so because Orrin was working our ACN business, I was able to just, you know, quit my job because of the residual income that we had built up with ACN and just come home, build a business with him and raise our children. We have 3 wonderful sons. They're all in college. I'm very proud of them. One of them is a senior. It's going to be a senior this coming year. And we have 2, our twins are going to be sophomores. And so just very proud of these young men and the people that they've become. So with that said, let me just get into my message. My message today, it has something to do with one of my sons, Jordan. When he was a senior in high school, I would take him to school every day. And first, let me just back up. 2 things that I don't know if you know about me. First thing is I love to dance. Okay. So Catherine, know that about me. I love to dance. Okay. I've never met a beat I didn't like. So, and then my soror Sharon, you also have to know about me that I'm a Beyonce fan. Okay. So those 2 things, I love to dance and I'm a Beyonce fan. So have you guys, Mary, Sam, you guys know about TikTok? Okay. So they have this app, TikTok, and, you know, people do these dance challenges. So like back when TikTok, I don't know if it was when TikTok first came out or not, but when I found out about TikTok, they had this, are you familiar with the rapper Drake? Jamar Caroline Drake, you guys heard of Drake, right? So he had this song called Kiki. Kiki, do you love me? All this stuff. And they had a challenge, like a dance challenge. So I decided I'm going to do this dance challenge because I do all the dance challenges. And so I have my son sit in the passenger side to video me. The challenge involved jumping out of the car and dancing alongside your car while you do this, dance. So I decided one day that, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to do that because I'm a cool mom. I'm that mom. I'm a very cool mom. I'm a hip mom, So I said, let me jump out. So I jumped out of my car to do this dance while my son was videotaping me. And my car has an AMG engine. So it's like this Mercedes AMG. So it's really fast. It's like race car fast. And I don't know what I was thinking, but the car was going like 5 miles an hour without me putting my foot on the accelerator. So all of a sudden I realized that this could be a catastrophe because I was out of the car. Nobody was in the driver's seat. My son was in the passenger seat videotaping me while I'm dancing. I'm like, oh my God, I got to get this car under control before it's in my neighbor's yard across the street. So I tried to jump back in the car. I twisted my ankle. I was on crutches. Like it was crazy, but that's how crazy I am. Like I love to dance. I'm doing these challenges. So I tell you that to say this particular challenge. So one day I was taking my son to school and the Beyonce Before I Let Go, this was like 2019, Beyonce Before I Let Go challenge was out. And so at the red lights and whenever I could, while maneuvering the car, I'm doing my Beyonce challenges, like, learning the Before I Let Go dance, right? And so my son says, as we get closer to the school, he says, Mom, when we get to my school, no more dancing. And I'm like, what? He's like, no more dancing because people may think, and then he stopped. And I'm like, people may think what? Pat, you can understand the attitude that I had about him saying people may think. I'm like, people may think what? And he just said, just Mom, it's embarrassing and, just fix your hair. So I said, okay. So I honored his wishes. We pulled onto the campus at his school and I didn't dance. I, made sure the music was low. But as I drove home, I was like, my feelings were a little hurt. And I'm like, what would people think? Like, what was he concerned? Marie, you are cracking up. It is a funny story, right? So I'm like, why was he so concerned? Like, what was he thinking that people may think? And so I'm like, what people may think his mother likes to dance. People may think his mother is a great dancer. People may think his mother is a goofball. Like, I didn't know what he was so concerned about people thinking. But what I did know is, back in those teenage years, you're like super, super self-conscious, right? Remember those days when you're a teenager, you just worrying about what everybody thinks and you're just really, really sensitive about it. And I remember too, like it's not just limited to teenagers. It's as you age, you can still be, overly concerned and self-conscious about what people think. And sometimes just that alone can hinder you in your business. I remember being 24 years old when I met Mr. Warren Solomon. He was just a stone's throw away from RVP in the business. And I remember just being so self-conscious about people sizing me up in the business and thinking like, is she good enough for him? Like he was like a young phenom in ACN, and like he was one of the youngest people and he was doing big things. And and everybody was looking at me all the time. I just felt like people were looking at me and I was just so self-conscious about it. And then what I realized is that I was so worried about people looking at me because of my own insecurities and what I was thinking about me. And I was sizing my own self up, right? And so that's really what I want to talk to you today about, something that could be hindering you in your business. Have you ever, like Victoria, have you ever wanted to approach somebody about ACN, about being a customer or just looking at the opportunity and then just talk yourself out of it at the last second, right? Just talk yourself out of it. Like you're gung-ho, you got a plan, I'm going to talk to this person. And all of a sudden you just change your mind, right? And a lot of times that happens because we're worried about what people may think, right? What people may think. And that is, the concern about what people may think doesn't automatically stop, at a certain point. We really, really have to be conscious about it because you cannot achieve success in ACN being a secret agent. You have to talk to people. You have to approach people, okay? You cannot be successful constantly talking yourself out or talking yourself out of talking to people or worrying about what people may think. So some of the things that you may think people may think, you have people in your life that you plan to approach, but you get all of a sudden afraid because you think people may think you need money. You may be like, people may think I need money. Like, I don't want to talk to them about ACN. Well, here's the thing. Do you need money? Right? So Ishmael, people may think, you don't like your job. Like, I don't want to talk to them because if I approach them, they're going to think I don't like my job. Well, Do you like your job? Right, Caroline. So you don't want to talk to people because you feel like people may think I need them. Well, do you need people? You do need people. You need people in ACN. You need people to build your business in ACN. You need people to become your customers. So you do need people. So that's really not a good reason not to approach people, because you do need people. And some people may think, well, people may think I'm unhappy. Well, are you? People may think I'm bugging them. Well, are you? People may think I'm desperate. That's why I'm doing this having this opportunity. Well, are you? Like, all these things, whatever you're concerned about people thinking about you in terms of approaching them about the business, it's really, really, honestly, if you peel the layers back, it's what you already think about yourself. And you don't want people to know your truth. If you think that people think something, or people are going to think something, it's that you think that about yourself, and you don't want people to know your truth. And so the beauty in that is, if what you're thinking about yourself isn't positive or isn't what you want people to think, then you have the complete 100%, you are in control of changing that, of changing your perception. So you don't have to worry about what people may think. Just think about, what if you could peak people without thinking people will judge you for whatever reason? How freeing would that be? How freeing would it be, Bill, just to be able to spread the good news about ACN without worrying about what people may think? You can absolutely get to a place in your life and your business where you don't give a toot about what people think. Now, sometimes it does happen with age. I know when I turned 40, I was like, it just puts you in a different thing. You don't care what people think at a certain point. Like, it's a completely different thing when you're a teenager and you're so worried about your friends and your peers. The older you get, it could be 40, 50, definitely 60. You know how older people they get, they just say whatever they think on their minds. Like, it can happen with age where you don't care, Julian or Mary. Sometimes you get to a point where you don't care. It could be, with success. Maybe you reach the RD position in your business, or maybe you reach RVP. And at that point, nobody can tell you that ACN isn't the bomb. Nobody can tell you that ACN isn't awesome, that it doesn't work, right? So you can also get to a level of success in the business where you can talk to everybody because you don't care. Nobody, whatever anybody says, nobody can convince you otherwise. And you just have that posture and that confidence that you need to be successful, because you've already have, success behind you. Sometimes it could be a health challenge that could just kind of ring your bell and say, hey, you know what? Tomorrow isn't promised. I'm just going for this. I don't care what people think about me. I am going to talk to everybody about this business because I know the value and I know it can change lives. And if they're with me, they're with me. If they're not, they're not. Okay. So all of these things, all these places are awesome places to be in having a mindset in ACN and being able to talk to everybody and not really caring what people think. Okay. And know that you aren't alone. If you do have these insecurities, everybody has these insecurities, right? It's just the people that can recognize them and overcome these challenges to be able to push forward to build their business. Even the people that you think are worrying about what they think, they have insecurities too. All the people that you think are going to judge you, they are judging themselves too. They have the same insecurities, okay? So, and the people on the sidelines will always have something to say about people playing the game. So if you're in the game and you're playing the game, just focus on being the best you can in the game and give the people something to talk about. Give the people on the sidelines watching something great to talk about, because they're watching you, and all you have to do is mostly care about improving your skills in the game, because you're actually playing. You're not on the sideline talking about people. Because let's just think about it. When you become successful, when you have success, how about people may admire that you have the courage to go after your dreams? All the people that you're worrying about approaching, they may admire you. Think about that. Don't worry about people judging you for, people may think this. People may actually admire you for having the courage to do something different, to step out of your comfort zone. People may wish that they had the confidence that you have to try something new, to do something different, to do something that is not your typical work for 40 years type situation, get your gold watch. Okay, people may wish they had the confidence to step out of their comfort zone and do something new. People may want to start their own businesses like you have an ACN, but they just didn't have a vehicle. They just didn't know. They thought the capital requirement was too much, right? People may be suffering like maybe you were before you found out about ACN, before somebody had the courage to approach you and didn't care what you thought about them to share with you this ACN opportunity. People may need ACN. Just think about that. Don't worry about what people may think. Know that people may need ACN and you could be the blessing that they need. So don't cheat people out of this opportunity because you're being super self-conscious and overly concerned about what people may think about you for sharing the ACN opportunity with them. People may be waiting for you. People may be waiting for your message. Okay, so take the pressure off yourself. Stop selfishly thinking about your insecurities and focus instead. This is what is always helpful. Just focus instead on helping people, right? When you focus on the other person, sharing your message that can help other people, you don't have to worry about you. Even in public speaking, that was one of the things that people say, like, public speaking is this, one of the major fears. But when you really, really focus on the message that you're trying to convey to other people, it completely takes the self-consciousness off of yourself when you really, really focus on sharing your message with people. And it's the same thing in ACN. Like, take the focus off of you and focus on helping somebody else. Somebody's waiting for ACN. Somebody needs ACN in their lives. Okay. So when you stop hiding and start believing that you are a champion, that you are a life-changing person that can have impact on other people's lives in a major way, guess what? Other people will start believing it too. So that is my message to you today. Stop thinking about what people, worrying about what people may think, and just go out there and be a champion and share this with everybody. Share this blessing with everybody that you can, because people are waiting and they will admire you for what you're doing, for building a business, for being an entrepreneur, for being just the awesome person that you are. So that's my message today. Mr. Thomas, I'll turn it right back over to you.
Dear, thank you so much, Ms. Solomon. Don't go anywhere real quick. I want you to also share a light on some of the struggles you had as you were starting to build your ACN business, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah, some of the struggles, it's kind of like I said, number one, just having the confidence to talk to people, especially people that, close friends and family, where you just know for sure that they're going to help you out and be your customer. I mean, I was in the beginning, I lost a couple of friends, and I don't recommend this, but I do have, some friends that I was in college with that I've heard about ACN, and I called them up and I just knew they'd be my customer, and they wouldn't. So I didn't talk to them anymore. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. But you do take it so personally. And that's one of the things that I also learned is that, don't take it personally, and no doesn't mean no forever. Actually, that person I'm talking about, a couple of years later, we turned around and I told her how hurt I was, because, in the beginning, you really need that confidence. You really need people to support you. You're looking for people to affirm your decision and to, just support your business. And I told her, my feelings were hurt about that. So we had to talk about it. And she actually became my customer, and she said she understood. And so I like to pay it forward in that way too. Anytime, kids have a business, I try to support them because it's so important to do that. So that's one of the things is just really, just those hurt feelings that you can get from friends and family who, you just know for sure that they're going to support you. And sometimes they don't, or they have a bunch of questions and you just want them to just go along without questioning, just to support you. So, just hang in there and know that your early support may not come from friends and family. It could come from, complete strangers, people that you don't know as well, and know that your friends and family will eventually come back around. So that was one of my major ones. Another one was just, just the fear of getting up and actually doing the BOM. Just practicing. I remember just practicing and having Orrin coach me, and just, I was fine. But then when actually the people showed up to the PBR and I had to get up there, I was like, oh my goodness, but I will say that the more you do it, and it's so important that you do it, because you don't want to have your business dependent on anybody else always having to present for you, right? Sometimes you have to, be the one to push it forward. It's great, we have great team support, but you don't want your business to be held up because, your mentor has other PBR set up when you can actually tell somebody about the business yourself. So just, just facing your fears and having the courage and knowing that with every step you take, that it's growth. You know, this business is so much about personal growth. It's about professional growth. You will look back, you know, over the years, 1 year, 6 months, just the more steps you take, you'll look back and just be amazed at the growth that you, the person that you've become over the years. So just hang in there. And the business is really a fun business. It's a very lucrative business. We don't want to, you know, forget about that. But there's so many other things. ACN is definitely just not about the money. It's great, but it's so rewarding in so many other aspects in terms of, you know, just the wonderful people that you meet in the business. You know, I met my husband in this business. And that has been a blessing, just to be around people with like mindsets, just to help people save money, really change their family trees. I mean, there's so many things that I can just tell you about the benefits of ACN. So those
Great.
that will be my
Hey, if
answer.
you don't mind, I'd like to open up, maybe just take 3 quick questions. Is that okay with you, dear?
Absolutely.
Just 3. So if you got a question, put it in the chat. We're going to take 3 questions, just 3. Put it in the chat. Type in your put the question in the chat. The first 3 questions. Because not every day we get, you know, while we're doing that, I want to regurgitate what she said. You know, quit thinking and worry about what people would say. It's not important, number 1. You can't be successful being a secret agent, number 2. You can't think much about what people are thinking about you. Why should you? Next, she said, everyone has insecurities as well. You're not the only one. Next, she says, don't worry about what people may think about you. Start sharing the ACN opportunity despite that. Keep going. Number 5, stop hiding. Stop hiding. You're a champion. You're a champion, everybody. Wow. What is your, what is your, I'm trying to read that one. I think it was, what does your day consist of? I think that was a question.
What is my day consist of? Is that's in the chat?
I think that was one of them.
Okay. What does my day consist of? So nowadays, my day.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, well, not nowadays. My days consist of Zoom meetings, just like this. So, just, you know, doing a lot of Zoom meetings, just exposing everybody to the ACN business, just, you know, going through my list, going through, you know, years of lists, because, you know, the fortune is really in the follow-up. And like I said, one of the things I've learned over the years is that no doesn't mean no forever. I think the last time I was here, I was telling you about how the person who invited me to ACN had to call me 8 times to get me out to a business opportunity meeting before I said yes. And so I'm really, really big on follow-up and just staying in touch with people and building relationships and not expecting, you know, a person to move to action on the first peak. If they do, that's awesome, but absolutely just keeping them in the queue and following back up, because timing is everything. So
stay in phase 1 is what you're saying. Absolutely. Also, somebody I think put in the chat, as a woman in ACN, what is the challenges you run into?
Well, you know, that's the beauty of ACN, is that I really, really feel like ACN is a level playing field. I don't think that, you know, it really depends on if you're a man or a woman. It really depends on your heart and your work ethic. So I feel like, you know, women have as much opportunity to be successful as men do in this business, and that is a beautiful thing.
Great. And I think we had another question pop up. I'm not sure. Final question. What affirmation do you tell yourself?
Well, I think I have a lot of different affirmations depending on the day. I'm really big. I told you I like to dance. I'm really big on music, and music really can set the tone and the mood. And so, you know, I have various songs that I'm Every Woman by Whitney Houston was one of my favorites. I mean, there's so many songs that just motivate. So more than affirmations, I put music on when I'm on my way. Back in the day when we were going to actual meetings, I would make sure that, you know, my mindset was prepared in my car by listening to some, you know, motivational music that I could just affirm myself and just get that confidence pumped up. And, you know, music is a really, really big player in my life. It's so more than just writing affirmations. I listen to motivational songs with lyrics that are self-affirming and motivating and happy and all of that. So I'm really, really motivated by music.
So in other words, you have things that motivate you and stay and motivate. You know, another thing which she's basically saying is motivate yourself. Get around things that motivate you to stay motivated. You know, that's so important. Hey, listen, I want to thank everybody on the call today.